have been hearing rumors about the killing of dolphins for shark bait for many years now. The problem always was, how do you want to prove an illegal practice that happens 40, 50 miles offshore in small wooden boats where no inspectors, no cameras are on board? We identified a fishing boat, we gained the trust of the fishermen, and we convinced them to allow me to come on board and film in detail the entire procedure of shark fishing, obviously including the killing of dolphins.
I need this proof, and there's only one chance. Now it's only me and the fishermen. There's no going back.
This is the first day of our ocean trip. We're just leaving port. We're supposed to leave in the morning, but now it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is because, of course, in the beginning anything went wrong that could go wrong. Just before we left, they still repaired the motor, so I'm really feeling very comfortable on that boat. And well, we're supposed to travel about 600 kilometers south along the coast and then up to 300 kilometers or 150 miles offshore in order to get to the fishing area for the sharks. The entire trip will take 20 days. It's an 11-meter long or short wooden fishing boat, a very old boat. No real safety measures on board. I think I'm the only one that is wearing a life vest.
Our boat is propelled by an adapted second-hand truck engine. And we have a very cheap rudimentary radio for communication. They are using a compass and a very old handheld GPS without any map function for orientation.
Okay, so our first day of driving on the ocean is nearly finishing, and it finds me, the end of the day finds me very worried actually. The boat is moving like crazy, very easy to slip out. There's no real board around the boat, no reeling, so if you slip out, you're gone. And the 3 meters between the cabin and the place where the captain sits is like you have to like look at the waves and then just run, and it's every time it's a risk.
I'm used to sail on small boats, but this tiny nutshell tops them all. I'm starting to get an idea on how it might be to shoot a film under these conditions, trying not to be in the way of working fishermen or fall over the fish catch, and at the same time get the right angle, protect the camera and avoid falling overboard myself.
This is the morning of day 5 of our fishing trip, but today in the morning everything is the same again. Big waves, very strong wind, no forthcoming with that boat. We're basically driving all day to stay on the same spot and not to get drifted northwards. Really everybody's moods are down. Fishermen are bothered because they can't fish, they can't work, lose their gasoline, don't get to anything. They're starting to get angry about my camera equipment lying around in the little space that is there. But really, this is not fun. I've done a lot of things, but a lot of expeditions, but this is going to become one of the hardest one I've ever done.
The next morning, after the dolphin kill, I took a risk. And assuming that they don't speak English, I made a self-interview about it.
What I could witness over the last 6 days on board, the very professional killing of dolphins, the very professional slicing them up for using their body parts as bait for sharks. All this together really gives a shocking picture of the way that in Peru fishing law is completely ignored.
One thing was clear to me all the time. If they would discover my real intention out here at sea, accidentally losing a man at sea would be an easy way to resolve the problem. So I kept on making lots of small talk, asking about their families and their life at sea, making rapport and building good relations. This probably being my best life insurance. Meanwhile, we were driving on to the fishing area, and I lost track on how far out we were. As a biologist, I knew all the marine birds one could observe from the coastline to 60 miles offshore, but these species had long disappeared from the sky. Then I started seeing birds I had never seen before, like this masked booby and the Masatiera petrel. And looking up their distribution area, the book only said far offshore. The band-rummed petrel had only been reported from unconfirmed sightings far off the northern coast. And when we finally started seeing lots of white-bellied storm petrels, I knew that the second-hand car motor had been driving this floating nutshell into international waters, more than 200 miles offshore. Then we started fishing, and staying out of the way of flying hooks while filming became a major concern. And then, one night, it happened. While bringing in the long line, the boat made the wrong turn and suddenly stopped moving. The long line got stuck in the boat propeller. They had to cut the line loose and let it drift away. The remaining rope was a mess. For this night, fishing was over, and we kept helplessly floating while waiting for the daylight. The next morning, I realized how ill-prepared they were for such an incident. One had to dive in the ice-cold water without any equipment. If he gets himself entangled while being under the hull, we have no chance to save him. But he made it, and off we went.
So this is day number 21. The motor of the boat has some problems, so we're advancing with half the speed that we should have. And well, basically we're just trying to get home to port, which might take another 2 or 3 days maybe. And the food is running out slowly. A little bit of water left, a little bit of potatoes left. Really want to go home now. I've got enough of killing of animals, and I'm just keen to come home and get this in the public and get this started, so we can change this.
Our movie tells the story of my undercover investigation of the illegal dolphin slaughter to use their meat as shark bait. It will expose the shocking way in which Peruvian fisheries laws are completely ignored. It will confront the government with proof of a massive illegal dolphin slaughter and the overfishing of sharks. You can stop the killing of sharks and dolphins right now by supporting the making of the movie at loveanimals.org, Save the Dolphins of Peru. In case you're seeing this video and the crowdfunding action already has stopped, you can always directly donate to the involved organization. Please see our contact information at the end of this video. And please don't forget to stay connected and see the next background report in order to learn how we made the movie and how the campaign is going on.